So this is really cool because this is helping us more picture what apparently you're going to eat the stick. Well, it probably does eat sticks because we have no idea. This family up here, though, they're amazing. The first day we arrived, I stopped and I was already immersed in speaking Spanish to locals the first day, which was almost 4 weeks ago, right? Unbelievable. I know you're waiting for me. We are buddies now. Oh, no, Alto. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah.
The name of
Okay, no. She's trying to bite my feet. Kind of a puppy, I think, but I can't honestly tell. Maybe just super playful because, you know, the dog's saying, seriously? You cried on my shoulder for like a 45-minute run yesterday, and I'm going to play today because life is good. You got to lighten up, lady. So honestly, this dog healed my soul. This is an example of, believe it or not, what the electric hooks will look like. At the time, we're like, what's with that unfinished gate? And what it is it's the structure. Oh gosh, the gecko lizard just ran up in there. I missed it, but it was a gecko.
Oh, I mean gecko.
And, well, I think they're the same, but I'm not sure. So honestly, that stick is where the electric line will come up, and there. And so what you'll see is that once these are finished, typically, expat communities will put some kind of a lockbox over it. But it's interesting, none of the Panamanians do that. They don't seem kind of attached to it. And I had been mentioning about the water that we figured we'd put a lockbox over it. Here's another one.
Pat and expat.
And it's like, oh, stop with the... Paul's going into the Panamanian puns, pat and expat. And I explained that you can't do that one because unlike Pete and repeat, it doesn't have a component that repeats. But here's the water. And we were thinking, well, that's not secured. Like anybody could just use your water. But we don't think there's a water bill. Like, I'm not sure. Nobody said anything about that. For sure, once you have the electric, you have to have an electric count in your name. But, like, you don't have mail. Apparently, there aren't actually addresses, but some people have them, and we're going to have one. Ours is Corazon de Oro, Numero Cuatro. Well, ours is Numero Cuatro, Corazon de Oro. And I just want to go back up and zoom because look at the late sun on our trees up there, love.
Yeah,
look at the late golden sun on those trees. They are just gorgeous. That's our tree line and the lot in between there. The Living in Panama house, is right behind our lot. So that is so off the map. We're not building that. We're moving straight forward to, we hope to close early January and come down. And we'd put a beautiful wrought iron gate around this yard. That would be the first thing we construct. And by that time, we'd have our own water and electric box in. And we'd actually establish an electric count in our name, we think. That might need to wait until the following trip, but I'm thinking probably somebody's going to need electric on site if they're doing construction, but I'm not really sure what goes into the installation of a wrought iron fence, so this is all unallowed. Like, we are just so, we don't know how Sam will find that out. Not the next thing we need to know. And it's been an incredible way of life. I'm not going to invade the neighbor's space with the phone, but I am just going to show. We honestly came to think, oh, we're going to help these people. They have so little, and we want to let them know we're here to share and, help. Our mission is Grow Strong with Wellness. We want to teach the Panamanian people how to enjoy wellness in their lives. And honestly, yesterday when I wept in front of them and talked in Spanish to these three sisters about how little I wanted to go back to the States and how much I understood we had it completely backwards. Because this is not poverty. What this is really good resourcefulness. Like every single item in Panama is potentially a reuse, repurpose item. So that's not a trash pile. That's like resources. Okay, those are resources. This is not, just some slime or a cesspool. There was a flood, but like those little stumps are seats. And God only knows what that is, but, somebody will use it for something. So they have incredible fruit trees. They have mangoes. They have guavas. We have a cacao blanca that they literally pick two fruits. And one of the brothers said, cacao blanca. And I look a little confused. He smacks the two of them together, opens it up, and there's white chocolate beans inside it. I was a little nervous to eat them, but he's like, no, come. And I took one in. And basically it's white chocolate, but without any sweetening or anything. I really would give anything if we could make that up tonight. We were staying at a place that had a mini kitchen, but we've changed to a place that doesn't. But what you would do, I think, is you'd take the beans, and I would imagine you'd mash them, and probably then put in some sugar, azúcar, and some sort of fat, like maybe coconut oil. I don't even know how you say oil, but coconut. Do they call it coconut? I can't remember how you say it. We don't really say coconut because, like, Panamanians don't really talk about coconut. It's not like you go to the store to buy it. They're everywhere. So it's not on our vocabulary because we haven't had to say it. We just pick them up or somebody brings us one. But I think it's coconut. And this is their yard, and they have a lovely tarp. And they do have a bit of water because, as I mentioned, big rain. But, this is, we got here and we thought, oh my gosh, these people, they have so little. And honest to God, there's a family of like, I don't know, 7 people living in there. They are the most lovely souls, and we want them to know. So there's the little dog face right next to the chicken, which is right next to the bicycle, which is right in my amiga nueva favorita. Todo es bueno. Compramos terreno. We bought the land. Retornar en enero. Ya. Gracias por tu corazón puro. Ayuda J9 ayer. La vida es mucho mejor hoy. Supero amor de J9. The pero. Yeah. I don't know the word play. Your dog's playing with me. Tu pero es. Sí, yes, sí. So in those trees, they picked us fruit. They got guavas, they got cacao. And I said to these people yesterday, tu vida es la vida más pura y las cosas más importantes. So your life is the better life with the things most important. Nosotros piensan el primer día que yo fui aquí a ayudarlos ustedes. We thought we were here to help you. Ahora creemos ustedes ayúdanos mucho más que nosotros ayuda ustedes. We learned that you guys were here to teach us more than we were here to teach you. They are the most wonderful, beautiful, humble people. Over the crossway, that is the house of the Tio. We originally thought it might be for sale, and they're no, they're saving that for the children's grandchildren. So strong family values, extended families, and nosotros estamos vecinos muy pequita. Enero. Paulo dice, sí, todo es bueno. These are the young ladies who, along with the dog, I literally cried. I mean, on my knees there, please, help us move here. So it was great. Adios, amiga. Necesito retornar a los estados mañana, pero es cierto, retornar en poquito tiempo. I'm telling you, we have to go back to the States tomorrow. We don't want to go, but we promise we're going to return very soon. And look, there are addresses. And look, this is what an electric box would look like. And it's not too fancy. Like, we were like, oh my God, like, that's not very secure. And that's the way it is. They don't mind. That's the way it is. So we're just aprender de la electricidad por cuando estamos en los Estados Unidos. Es importante instalación de nuestra electricidad. Porque esa razón J9 es interesante. Mira. So I'm saying because we're going to have our electric installed while we're in the States, we think, or maybe when we come back. I was just curious to see. Now, we would probably close that off. But you can see things are pretty informal here, but they have a bona fide electric meter. They have electric, but very simple life, very lovely, pure people. And su vida es una vida mejor que todo en el mundo, dice J9. Adios, amiga. She said igualmente. Anytime you say something kind, they say igualmente. There's the dog. The dog is just joyful. Hola, señor. ¿Cómo está? Bueno. Now, one thing we have learned, things are definitely not totally organic here because there's just no way. You cannot grow bananas in this climate. These are interesting, these birds. We thought the sound would be so invasive, but honest to God, it's come soothing to the soul. No, those aren't the vultures. Those are the tropical birds. There's the vultures up there. There were, one day we came up and there were so many turkey vultures on the land, we were really frightened.
There's a lemon tree.
Look. Actually, I discovered they're naranjas. The one in there, remember I said I couldn't tell if they were oranges or lemons. Oranges in Panama, and I think in most countries where they're indigenous, they're not orange like, you know, what's the word? I don't think in English anymore, so I don't have to think about it. What's the word? Sun-kissed oranges. Like they're definitely spray painted or something, because oranges aren't orange, at least not that we see around here. So this is where the electric boxes would be coming back to these back lots. One would have to be installed up on our lot, which is way, way, way up there. Anyhow, enough said. We're going to get going, but we just kind of really wanted to revisit the land. I think I'm just going to put the phone away, and I think before Paul and I leave, just let ourselves be on the loud, because this is probably going to be the last time we see our land before we go. So we just want to say we can't even imagine a better way of living. We have committed to this both as a couple and to Betsy and Ren, the couple who are selling, and we are super excited. We're so in that the idea of going home is difficult in many ways, but also, you know, Paul yearns to go for some ways that don't pull at my heartstrings, because I don't have a mother still alive. But I certainly miss my son, and I certainly miss friends. But honestly, we're ready to move a lot sooner than we thought. So we're going to sign off just as we walk up to the lot. But this is just imagining it. We just come home, and we could be at a little restaurant there, or a little tiny grocery store. Like I think you get like milk and a couple things. They're not open yet. Post-pandemic, things are just starting to open. But it's a rich culture. We have other videos in town. God only knows, we have so many videos, we couldn't even possibly process them all. So we'll find out when we get home. We have quite an archive of this trip, and it probably could make a whole documentary. But so this is our yard as we're going home.
As we walk up, maybe we'll let you hear the surf. As we
Yes,
walk
that
up
sounds
the
great.
yard. Yeah.
Let's walk up our yard, though.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah.
just next to our yard, you'll see there's like what we would call in Colorado a social trail. Once this is somebody's yard, people are going to adjust, because locals have been using that trail probably for 100 years. But down at the far end behind the giant mango trees, this is an access road for everybody to come in. So like back here would be probably, these smaller trees would be moved, and probably right there would be like where our carport would be. We're not sure how far back yet, but we'll go over the living in Panama house another time, because we can do that from home. We have a design, and this is it. So just to give you, I don't think we can hear it from here. We'll walk up to the front of the yard, and then once we get to the sound of the surf, we'll just let you hear it a little bit, and then we're going to cut so that we can just truly soak this in one last time.
We saw a parrot yesterday.
Oh yeah, it's there. We have a beautiful parrot. And by the way, back at that family's house, they have a parakeet that knows me now, and he will fly over and just land on my finger and really interact with me like it's known me forever. And it's just really cool. So this is heaven. Parakeets, macaws, we got coconuts, we got dates. And we'll just listen to the water as we're walking up, because this is going to be something that we really miss. And the other thing that we're shocked, but we're really going to miss the sound of the rain on the metal roofs. We thought it would be invasive, but actually we're at a place now where we don't have it, and we really miss it. It is just so soothing that I'm going to be using that as my kind of background noise, because at home there's going to be a lot more noise pollution, and I'm going to be missing the ocean. So these are going to be my two favorite sounds for meditation, or just soothing, calming apps.
Surf as we walk toward the end.
Yep, and look, you can now see the late sun on the rancho there. If I can get in on it. I can't see it, so I have no idea. I think that you can see the sun on the rancho. So we'll just listen. The breeze is unbelievable. Any doubts that we had that it would be too hot here for us, or that we should maybe live in the back because there are smaller and more affordable lots, this is the place, man. Both of us are in heaven. The climate is so consistent, and this breeze is unbelievable. It comes right off that coast. So we'll just listen.